Missouri's AG announces what he calls a long overdue investigation.
The UM system approves big changes for all of its campuses.
And Boone Hospital coverage reaches the Lake of the Ozarks. KOMU 8 News at 6 starts now. Is the rape kit backlog a major issue here in Missouri? Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Murray.
And I'm Savannah Rudisell. Today we reached out to Attorney General Josh Hawley after he announced his plans to tackle the issue. KOMU's Shalita Norwood spoke with Hawley today to find out what he and his office have in store.
Attorney General Josh Hawley says 32 other states have performed audits of rape kits backlog, and it's time for Missouri to do the same. He says he needs to determine how large the backlog is statewide and where the gaps are in the system. The Attorney General says he wants justice to be served for victims. Counselor Candace Cooper says this investigation will help victims realize they are not to blame.
A lot of women, a lot of children feel that they caused it or they did something to attract that person, and so then they're afraid to tell.
It's vitally important to protecting victims, of course, and to making sure that their attackers are brought to justice.
Hawley says his office will begin the investigation immediately. The Missouri State Highway Patrol Director of Public Information and Education says a rape kit process within 30 days of receiving it. In the studio, Shalita Norwood, KOMU 8 News.
MU may be getting a new medical complex. The UM Board of Curators approved a 5-year preliminary capital plan for priority projects for every campus. MU's proposal was approved as the system's top priority. KOMU 8's Caroline Peterson is in the studio to tell us more.
Chancellor Alexander Cartwright presented MU's 5 priority projects. The most important, a new translational precision medical complex, also known as TPMC. Other projects for MU include renovations to the Sinclair School of Nursing in addition to the journalism school. The board approved TPMC as the highest priority across all campuses. The complex would allow many areas of study, such as the School of Medicine, Engineering, and Vet Science, to come together and provide personalized health care.
The Translational Precision Medicine Complex brings the best researchers, obviously in the state and on our campuses. Here it'd be based here at MU, but it would reach out to across the state and, frankly, the country.
Precision medicine takes into account a person's genes, environment, and lifestyle to provide personalized health care. The board will meet again in March to discuss funding. In the studio, Caroline Peterson, KOMU 8 News.
The Boone Hospital Medical Group is expanding south. It opened a new clinic in Osage Beach just this morning. Doctors treated lake area patients in a temporary space during construction. Now the permanent location is finished. There are 15 Boone clinics throughout mid-Missouri. This is the first at Lake of the Ozarks.
We accept from Medicaid to private insurance, name it, Medicare. And, you know, now's the time to actually be openly involved in your health care.
The 6,400 square foot clinic has 14 patient and pediatric rooms and is open. The Boone Impact Group, which is made up of organizations like the United Way and Boone County Community Services, launched a new website this week. The Boone Indicators dashboard uses data and community indicators to educate the public on issues like health, education, and housing. The website breaks down the localized data for each issue into various demographics like age, gender, and economic status. The website is designed to help local organizations and individuals monitor and invest in their community.
If we're all looking at the same numbers, if we're using the same data set, then we'll make investments in key programs in helping those who are most at need, and then measuring to make sure that we're having the greatest impact and make those adjustments where necessary.
Grayboss says he hopes the dashboard will assist in upcoming community decisions and initiatives in the near future.
A Columbia disabled Army veteran was surprised with a free car today. Welcome Home and Cars for Heroes paired up to help Brian McNeil. He was honorably discharged after a car crash injured his hips, knees, and shoulder. He and his service dog were homeless before Welcome Home got him back on his feet. The group suggested he apply for a car. Now McNeil doesn't have to walk for day-to-day trips.
I got a plan. This avenue, that avenue. And, you know, not always is there help out there. So it's a challenge for me and my dog to get to the doctor's appointments, the grocery store, if I want to go to the library, whatever it is.
McNeil plans to take his service dog, Maximus, to the dog park for the maiden ride.
It just keeps getting colder in mid-Missouri. Let's send it over to Tim to see if it's going to stay that way for our football tailgates tomorrow.
I don't think so. I think things are going to start to warm up here, at least for this evening. It is chilly outside. Temperatures here at the 6 o'clock hour right now are at about, well, 38 in Columbia. It's 39 in Jefferson City, still around 40 at the Lake of the Ozarks, but already down almost near freezing up over parts of Mexico to Moberly. It's going to be a little cold here for the evening. So your evening planner looks like this: 35 at 7 o'clock, 34 at 9, and then most of our temperatures will just hover near freezing tonight with a developing south breeze and a few clouds. I'll be breaking down that MU tailgate forecast for you tomorrow, and I'll also let you know what that rain potential looks like for Saturday evening that's coming up.
Here's what's happening right now. Basketball fans are tailgating in cold weather, getting ready for tonight's season opener at Mizzou Arena. Earlier this afternoon, a statue of Norm Stewart was unveiled outside the arena. A big crowd of Tiger fans was on hand. KOMU8's Jacob Seuss is live at the arena with a look at the statue and the incredible atmosphere.
Thanks, guys. We are just 2 hours away from tip-off of basketball season. As you can see, fans are starting to trickle in behind me, but the festivities began early this afternoon when MU unveiled the statue of former coach Norm Stewart. This is actually just the second statue that the school has put up, the first one being of Don Farrow right outside Memorial Stadium, which was done by the same exact sculptor. Stewart's 634 wins as coach are the most in Missouri Tigers basketball history. He led the Tigers to 6 conference tournament championships and 16 NCAA tournament appearances. The project cost $196,000 and was funded by private donations. The coach himself said everyone helped to get this statue up.
Bring their friends by and point to that and say, I helped put that there because they did. They're the ones who put it there, and I am so proud that it's me.
Stewart hopes to be in the building tonight when the Tigers take on the Iowa State Cyclones. Chris will have much more on the game coming up later in the show in sports. Reporting live in Columbia, Jacob Seuss, KOMU8 News.
All right, welcome back. This is a look over downtown Columbia, Broadway Boulevard. It's dark outside already, chilly outside. There's a quick drop-off in temperatures as soon as the sun set around 5 o'clock. Got up to 41 earlier today. 24 was that morning low temperature. A couple areas near about 19, but a lot of cloud cover prevented the big drop-off in temperatures. Here's where those clouds continue to move on in. High pressure up to our north and generated a little bit of lake effect snow. Chicago saw their first snowfall of the season. Other areas near the Great Lakes did too. Our next weather system goes off to the west, but until then we get to enjoy the nice plunge of cold air. Look how far south it has already gotten. It's gotten well past all of the Gulf states, and it's into the Gulf of Mexico. Feel like temperatures here through this evening start to drop back into the mid-20s by tomorrow morning. Firearm season for deer hunt starts tomorrow morning. It's going to be chilly out the door. That's good news for the hunters outside because they want that cold weather to get those deer moving. Here's a look at your MU home football forecast for tomorrow. Tomorrow noon, 50 degrees, 54 in the afternoon for the tailgates tomorrow. But clouds start to move in, and yeah, I do have precipitation chances in there too. 20% chances by kickoff at 6:30, 49 degrees outside. And by the end of that game, hopefully all the rain holds off. But there will be a few spotty showers possible by tomorrow evening, about 30% chances of that. Here's how it starts to happen. A couple of clouds, maybe some areas of fog down to our south. Temperatures will be near about 31 or 32 tomorrow morning, but then the clouds start to move in tomorrow afternoon. Here's some of that rain, 54 to 55 in the afternoon. And then the rain showers, very light and very spotty rain at best, but it's there. And I think that we'll have to at least maybe dodge a few of those sprinkles and light showers by about 9 or 10 o'clock here in central Missouri. That'll continue overnight and through Sunday morning. Sunday looks like it could be a cloudier day up ahead, but temperatures look to actually be fairly comfortable by then too. Partly cloudy tonight, cold again, 31. We're not too far away from that number already. Wind chills are already in the 20s outside, developing winds out of the south. That'll help us get back into the 50s tomorrow afternoon. Partly to mostly cloudy in the afternoon. I have 54 in the afternoon hours with evening showers possible, mainly after about 7 or 8 o'clock. We'll call it just some light rain and light sprinkles at best. Hopefully that's all it is. That way we can get that MU home football game in rain-free. 53 on Sunday, 56 on Monday, and then we're into the upper 50s, maybe even near 60 by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but comes at a price. Right now it looks like we have some rain in the forecast sometime mid next week. All right, weather IQ for this evening. This one's a tricky one. The cooling of the ground to produce dew is mainly the result of what? Specific heat, dead heat, or latent heat?
Oh, yeah, I was studying that last night.
Were you, Jim?
Yeah.
Were you?
Right. I have
the same reaction to that.
No idea. Zero.
It's specific heat. It's the amount of energy or heat needed to warm up or cool off a droplet of water by a degree Celsius. How about that?
All right, who would have known? Tim, thank you very much. Coming up, the Eldon Mustangs move on to the state quarterfinals.
And it's much more than a team effort in this Miller County community. Eldon, Missouri is not exactly known for having a powerhouse football team, but recent success on the field has lifted the spirits of an entire town.
KOMU's Jared Kohler and Emil Lippy show us the powerful bond between a football team and the community.
It used to bother me what other people would think about our community, you know, a little insecure, I guess, kind of people from the big cities, what do they think about our small town? The 2008 financial crisis was tough. We had a factory and a couple of car dealerships that went out of business. We kind of had some periods where our town was struggling, and I would say that people were looking to leave Eldon and didn't want to make it their home. Because where else do you go that 2,000 people come together on a Friday night for one purpose, to watch our Mustang football team?
Eldon takes on Mount Vernon tomorrow afternoon in the state quarterfinals, and good luck to the Mustangs. Christmas in November?
Later in sports, see why Missouri fans are getting ready to unwrap the gift they've been waiting 8 months for. Now here's a look at what we're following for KOMU 8 News at 10. Jefferson City Public School officials plan to move forward after a week of discussions on diversity issues.
And how much does Airbnb make on a Mizzou home weekend? That's coming up at 10 o'clock. Tim?
It's already pretty cold outside. Temperatures will start to trend near the freezing mark, and that's where it's going to hold then for the rest of the night. 31 is where I have our overnight low temperature. Should be good cold weather for the hunters. If you're hunting tomorrow morning, firearm season begins tomorrow morning at sunrise, 30 minutes before sunrise, I think, officially. And then 54 tomorrow. A little warmer here for next week. Highs will be in the upper 50s.
That first day of deer hunting season, I mean, it's been everything from like 20 degrees up to 80 degrees. So.
I remember going a couple of years ago down to our family farm in Tuscumbia, and it was about 80. The first night, it was super warm, and then the next day it was like 40.
That is our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good night.